Hello, welcome to the Graduated Voice Updates. Be ready for the real tea, details to tell. Well, do you remember the story that we covered concerning the DCI, the detective who was murdered by 3 people on a boda? The other day, let me just give you a recap of it as we get into more details into a person that the DCI has just killed. Yes, the DCI killed someone who was involved in this particular murder. So, in this story that we covered, it involved David Mayaka, the detective, who, together with his wife, were trying to fix a puncture on the roadside, while 3 men on a boda went on ahead to talk to them and then shot at them, shooting him dead, and then the wife was shot on the leg. Something that had caught the attention of a majority during that story is the fact that a police vehicle had passed by just there but left them like that. So we are having some updates on concerning that story. If you like to check it out or also watch the CCTV footage that was shared in regard to that murder case that happened some days ago, you can check out my previous uploads. And as you do that, please make sure that you comment down below and tell me what is your take in regard to this story and how this story is developing, how things are turning out between the detectives and the officers and their victims and all. Also, make sure that you give us a thumbs up just like this video. I remember that you should subscribe to this channel because I'm always here to update you on anything that has happened. Like previously, for the person who subscribed in the previous story concerning this matter, now they're going to get an update automatically if they subscribed and turned on the notification bell. So make sure that you do turn on the notification bell because you are at home, you're at the right place. So let's dive into it. The DCI Kenya shared that they have gunned down one of the thugs involved in the cold-blooded murder of Detective David Mayaka in Kayole 2 weeks ago. If you hear that information, you'd be like, yes, finally, the people who made the children to be fatherless and all have now been caught. But it gets more interesting. The suspect, John Kamau, aka Farouk, died in a hell of fire that morning after he was cornered by the detectives and defied orders to surrender, opting to shoot at the officers. Apparently, these people, remember, they have guns, they are armed, because even during the incident that led to the death of the detectives, whereby most people are speculating that the main reason as to why he passed on was because he was killed maybe because he was dealing or investigating a matter that was not supposed to be looked into, but he was still looking at it. So from that case, we find that these suspects also have weapons. So according to the detectives, this suspect, Farouk, died while they were having a shoot and shoot here and there, shooting at each other because they had tried to tell him surrender and all, whatever will be said again. Oh, that is in the movies. Anyways, they had tried to tell him to surrender, but instead he chose to defend himself by shooting at them. And so in the process of shooting at them, he was shot dead. In this case, who do you blame? Is it the officers or Farouk? Well, the Farouk was armed with the CZ pistol that fired the fatal shots which took Detective Mayaka's life. The bloody thirsty thug had emerged from his door at an apartment in Njiruk sub-county and shot at one of the detectives, injuring him on his left thigh. It seems that Farouk has a thing for shooting people on their thighs. Anyways, I don't know what's the concept on that, because also the wife, in the CCTV footage, she says that she was shot on the leg, and so in the same case it seems it's his thing. And so apparently the same gun that was used during the murder is the same gun that is being used in this particular case. And so after they were shot at, the detectives tried to retaliate with speed and efficiency, and unfortunately or fortunately, they killed the miscreant on the spot in the dawn operation that was conducted on the second floor of a flat before 124 by a team of detectives drawn from the Crime Research and Intelligence Bureau. The pistol was loaded with 12 rounds and it was recovered after in that operation that also involved a backup team of detectives from Soweto and Njiru. They also recovered a backpack which had mobile phones that were suspected to have been violently acquired from the victims of crime in the city. Well, remember, in this case, you've heard that Farouk has also been involved in other cases except from this one. And so, first of all, please like the video. I'd really appreciate it if you gave us that thumbs up. More investigations conducted by ballistics experts based at the DCI National Forensic Laboratory have linked the firearm to over 5 armed robberies staged in Nairobi and Kiambu counties in the last 1 year. The robberies targeted M-Pesa outlets in the populous residential areas of Kayole, Buruburu, Dandora, and Dagoretti. So in this particular case, maybe within this year you have been stolen or been attacked by these people in Kiambu or in Nairobi. So maybe you can say justice has been served painfully for you already if you never caught up with the person who might have attacked you. Remember, this is not the first time they have been involved in such cases. Detectives have since established that the recovered firearm had been violently robbed from an aide to a former cabinet secretary in a robbery incident reported on November 17th, 2021 in Gong, Kajiado County. Well, this is an extra twist because you could wonder where these people got the guns and all these firearms. But in this case, it is an extra huge twist. If it were a script, we could say it's a huge scripted twist. But now you hear that they got this firearm from a cabinet secretary aide, someone who protects a cabinet secretary, and it was stolen back in 2021. What a coincidence. But it also begs the question, this person works for the detectives. People are saying maybe this one was plotted. Could it be that this is just an excuse that this thing was stolen and all, and this cabinet secretary was involved in the death of the detectives? Talk to me in the comment section and tell me what is your take on that. They further explained on this the incident that led to the stealing of the gun back then. They said during the incident, the aide who was licensed firearm holder was driving into his compound, just listen in, at around 2 a.m. when he was accosted by 4-man gang armed with AK-47, assault rifle, and crude weapons, including metal bars and machetes. After ransacking the man's house located at Keraro Pond Village, the thugs made away with his pistol, serial number, and 55 rounds from the aide's safe. Today's incident follows the arrest of one key suspect in the murder who was apprehended last week. Well, the other week we also talked about this guy, Alex Wanjiru, who was also arrested in regard to this particular case. Alex had gone to hide at his grandmother's place, for some time. Alex Wanjiru, 23, who was the rider of the motorbike that was used by the thugs on the fateful night, was flashed out of his hideout at his grandmother's compound in Rudhigiti village, where he had gone into hiding. The motorbike was also taken by the detective. It was also found. So in this case, you're having the rider of the motorbike, and also the person who shot at the detective, and also the weapon that was used as the killing of the detective. Well, we have another suspect. They were not only 2 guys, there were 3 guys in this case. And so, a manhunt for the third suspect, Henry Njihia, who is believed to be armed and dangerous, is also taking place. Detective Mayaka was based at DCI Makadara. I don't know what is your take on this. It's quite a twist. You can actually even think that this CS was involved in all these or what. Anyways, talk to me in the comment section. Make sure that you like the video, and remember, if it's happening, I know all about it, and if I know all about it, I will tell you all about it. So you can choose to like the video, share it out there, tell someone about this channel, and subscribe for more. Subscribe to stay informed. Subscribe for more.